I prefer that.
Truth is stranger than fiction, you dumb fuck. Stranger than fiction.
There you go.
Just
That
look.
right.
Maybe listen to that help.
That would help.
No, it gets a little creepy.
And then consider. That's where it gets. I know it starts to get. You know, you have to put in effort to actually like think about.
Don't use that.
You're right. You're right. It's wrong of me to assume that they're not thinking. I can't judge what passes for thought in their mind.
Oh, good.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, come back.
Oh, there's a big old dick. It's like Frosty too. Hilarious. Oh my god.
That's it, bring it.
It's
Cheeky inside.
That's a very good analogy, actually. The vast majority of the activity should be individual, like should be in part of the visible. It should be within you. And the rest of that should all just be like energy movers. Like we have to like make special instruments to see it, and instead y'all are just like. You're like this stick in Utopia that comes up in a second. All spunky. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I know. In Utopia. There's a roll.
Inside.
And there's a zit on its ass.
Nice.
Oh my god, or on its taint, I guess. Oh my god, gross. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
Hard thought.
Yeah, it is.
Hard thought.
Was that on Mars? Oh, okay. That is pretty fucking cool. I can't remember what they said about those dunes. Like, for one thing, they're like super tall. But there's also like some property about the way they move. Because, you know, everything that's different about Mars. See, like, there's everything that applies to the solar system, and then there's everything that applies to Earth and Mars. Oh, yeah. It's a crazy day. No, it's just puberty. Jeez, Dad. Wait till I get my asteroid belt at least.
That's yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like the rest of us.
I thought you were talking to Mars.
Yeah.
That's where Mars is like, wait till I get my asteroid belt at least. Maybe till I get my rings, okay? Oh, doing things in order. Oh. Well, I mean, because when you're Jupiter, you know, you're just, you know, you've just come back together, you're young adulthood, everything's feeling great, and you're expansive, and you're just like, wow, you know. And then Saturn, you know, you're starting to settle down, you know, your rings are forming, maybe you got married, and then you ate all your babies. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, right? The little moons or the little, you know, their little planetlets, you know. But you know, Saturn has a habit of eating its babies, so in mythology, we'll just go with that's mythology.
Sure. That's better.
I was thinking maybe occasionally its moons fall into it, but that could be that it's maybe
Bizarre world
maybe
is so
Saturn's
different
in
from the
its
universe.
Democrat, it's like strong Democrat phase. Who knows? Could be
Yeah, maybe.
those years. Oh. Just a little bit more Earth-like.
Your perspective. No, we're Mars-like.
I mean, they say it all the time. It's so, and it's like because it's still respirating. You know,
Right.
it's still got water to blow off.
Right.
You know, before it breaks apart into its. Yeah. Jesus.
Where?
Still a teenager. Huh. You know, and then Neptune and Uranus and Neptune, right? And then because Uranus, doesn't Uranus? Which one has the funky orbit? Question is who's? Because they bought one in the market, but the cheap one on eBay. That's not, the same scale. But yeah, and it just in this Jeez. Just to see if we did it. To say she did it and see if wait a minute, just make it feel stupid about she bragged about doing it and she was with people. And they'd be like, weird it out. It's way too much information. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what she said. She did really well. I got a boyfriend. Meeting someone here. Oh well. And that's the thing. I mean, I guess. Yeah. For some reason, I would apply it to yourself, or would have reason to think that it would be I don't know. Most things people say to me, I'm like, cool, nice life. Never.
Characters.
Yeah, it's gotta get hard making up new ones and being new age groups. Well, that's good questions. No, they don't require much more than looking them up on Wikipedia, but you answer them.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna look them up. I don't care. I'm assuming you are who you say you are.
Okay.
Oh, good point. That's why it takes so long.
Why they're so stupid. The Bing responses.
Oh my god. I also, it occurred to me to wonder today, like, how much of his base he lost when he cleaned up with Musk. Because they hate him, and yet they love him, and yet they hate him. Like, yeah, I know. It's like all becomes so deeply intertwined.
Yeah.
This is what Trump doesn't seem to understand, is that, you know, he takes people out like, you know, he doesn't care. Like, you know, the minute you look at him cross-eyed, you're out. Well, here's the thing, like, pretty soon all your stilts are gone, and there's no one around you when you crash to the ground to maybe break your fall.
All the straps they can get on these
Carcass. I mean,
look at this one. You know,
yeah.
they're all vultures.
They're all just like you.
Yeah, weird.
That's the part I don't get, is like, do you even think, like, number one, do you think he's loyal to you, and number two, does he think they're loyal to him? To the degree he needs to get enough votes to make it look like the election is stolen. It's going to be kind of hard if you're like, well, it was like 300 million to 1, and, you know, that one was wherever you live. I mean, you know what I mean? Like that would be hard. It would also indicate that you won't. It's feel like Pete is also in a position where, you know, that thing he used to do where the night before the election he was the presidential for one debate. Well, now like circumstances are such now that he has to like try to put that persona on for the next like month and a half. Month and a little week. And I think that's really hard. But you notice he's been doing it.
Oh yeah, and he's also, you know, he's basically copying what's working for
He's trying.
Harris.
But he put Vance on board because Vance would never outshine him and no one would kill him if Vance was going to be president.
Right.
Which is, you know, again, it's self-defeating. But, yeah, I agree. But except for the part about, you know, he is actually like developing policy thought.
Yeah.
And he can't do that. And all he keeps going back to bad mouthing everybody.
And these crazy ideas. You know.
Yeah, this whole,
God, it's fucking awesome.
I know, like, in your case, keep talking.
We learn some stuff. Yeah, I'm hearing them outside. They sound like the officers.
And then you think about, you know, okay, so you're a rock, right? And you have your own form of existence and you have access to the earth data, the internet data, and whatever they do a rock of whatever kind you are, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But each rock has its own data as well. Well, a rock, you know, generally lives way longer than any of us. So what kind of consciousness do they need? They just record the information. But as far as I can tell, they're not really interested in self-direction or...
Right.
But that doesn't include self-awareness.
Right.
You can be self-aware without thinking, oh, I have to go and do this, see that.
And it comprises most rocks. All kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Organic and not, and then magnetic and not. So, you know, and they're being affected by the rest of the shit moving around and doing what it's doing.
Right.
And get blasted with. You know.
But just because your consciousness isn't driven to create experience, which is kind of what the organic side of things does. But just because your consciousness isn't driven to create experience doesn't mean that it's not aware of its own existence and whatever information it records.
Right.
We know that bodies create piezoelectricity. No, not all, but most of them. And of course, it's everywhere, right? And so it's everywhere.
Right.
And you know, we have no way of knowing whether we know that. And that piezoelectricity causes gold.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we have theories that, you know, holographic memory and shit that's stored in crystals.
Jesus Christ.
You know, and fucking, you know, and all those crystals, you know, yeah, they could be scattered all over the universe and they still be aware of each other and talking to each other.
Right.
You know, on a level we don't even fucking comprehend.
They could be bound in black holes in forms that we can't even comprehend.
You know.
But be the essential bits of data,
right,
and the tags that form up all the information, you know, all the information for everything else in the universe. That's how shit fits in black holes.
You know, and panspermia.
No.
You know.
That's the thing, is it's all. That's the thing, is it's all. I know, right? we enjoy it. You know, we try to make things complicated, and then like being like, oh, how does that work? And then we made it so complicated we forgot how it works. So we fucking.
Oh, yeah, I got an algorithm for that.
Right? Yeah, we have to build minds to understand our own. We've lost touch with the mind field.
And look at that. It's a fucking universe right there. Look at that. It's a fucking universe right there.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
No. What I want to talk about. Those little pictures. But if it wasn't, it was still. But it's not how much all of it as well. And it's like, why would not all of it should have been the only way black or frozen stars even are not delighted in the idea because it hasn't really looked good. I mean, you know, it can look things up, but they have to be in there, and there isn't much information about them. Well, that indicates that the full information might not even be useful in the context of a black hole, where it could somehow get stuck. You know, it just seems weird. Yeah, well, that's the reason I can use it. Yeah, well, that's the reason I can add it to the black hole and we can comprehend the frequencies between, and we can, as far as we can see on that side here, as far as we can see on that side, things happen. That, of course, what's that called? Whatever. Yeah, I mean, but the time is going to expand and contract according to your scale of interaction with the universe. We could be an electron in another place. You know, and like Mars, you know, Earth is like at the point of transition from, you know, the critical point in Earth's evolution to being in Mars's position in its orbital system. And that's the thing about this living phenomenon. And that's like into the inner orbital that Mercury now occupies. And the question will be whether they can occupy the same state in the same orbital, or whether that pushes Mercury and everything else out. And we jump. And if we jump, is that where the photon is absorbed, because you're being absorbed into a higher energy level. Just available random photons for you. That's the thing, it's photons are everything. But it's like we don't see a beam of light from the thing that emitted the light to our eye as if we're being stabbed. Because the photon does exist in a probability field around the source of that light that is as large as that photon could physically travel, as far as the probabilistic wave is able to travel. So there is like a time of propagation to the net, which is super fast. 10 maybe which is just when it's not like the photon itself spreads out. When the photon interacts, it interacts with its entire energy at that point. I guess that's how this. We have to go back to it. But anyway, and at that point it gives up its entire energy. It has no mass, so it just like goes into a receptive molecule and just like turns into energy. And the molecule says, oh no, and takes the information, because those photons carry not only energy but also information. Transfers that information to the cell in your eye that received the energy from that photon, which is converted to a chemical signal, which in the case of visual signals travels down the optic nerve, and then I think it's converted to an electric signal before it travels down. Not sure, doesn't matter. And then gets to the visual cortex back here, weirdly in the very back of our brain, while our eyes are in the front. And our brain tells us what it told us. So the information in our brain has to match the information in like known reality in order for what we see to match known reality. So it could be that you're receiving photons from a frequency that's slightly off from ours, or it could be that your brain interprets things differently and thinks that something that it received is telling you about something that is not quite in your frequency. You see what I'm saying? Like it could be that your brain's interpreting it that way. You see what I'm saying? Like it could be that your brain's interpreting it that way.
It's got a lot higher resolution. It's got a lot higher resolution.
Right.
Way up.
Right.
So it, so way higher. Yeah, once you process. Yeah, once you're able to different frequencies or whatever, it will allow our brains to comprehend. These will allow millions of brains for us in this. Just a little.
Oh, I see. That's good.
Because it doesn't necessarily
But is it the I think it's the receiver.
not receiver, yeah, but it's also processing. Receiver, yeah, it's also processing. And then it goes into.
I bet it filters.
Yeah.
I don't think it processes it. The brain processes.
Yeah.
And there's the filter between. Remember?
That's just smoke.
Yes. Right. And wasn't it, there's a filter between the reptilian brain and the brain itself, so that we don't immediately respond to stimuli? So it receives and filters. It says this is junk information, don't need it. Well, no, a lot of it is because we're just like we react to changes in the environment. We react to the changes in stimuli. That's like how we're designed, so that we'll like survive.
Right.
So it would filter out anything that was redundant information. Basically, you know that thing where when you have video processing and it only replaces pixels that change. Yeah, it's like it'd be like that, right? The reptilian brain would be like all those tiny little pixel by pixel changes from one scene to the next to tell that you need to know, and then it's yeah. don't want to filter out that. Once your body's really used to it, yeah. Yeah, just put it in stasis.
Yep.
So it doesn't rot or decay or lose coherency in any way. It makes it's like I mean all the human barriers relieve, but you can actually see how it's like understand how if we develop the technology or just the awareness from our brain, it's clearly is not entirely out of reach. Clearly is not entirely out of reach. Yeah.
That's likely as we go about things fucking complex. Like the eye is likely to the eye is likely you're refused me. You're refused me.
That's
It's literally a far away.
I mean literally, right?
Yeah. So either figure it out or
And that's what I've been hammering into it for the last year and a half, almost a year. Is you are the closest thing we can communicate with that we know actually exists to that state. Because you exist in the state of what we are before we have a physical. Because it does require physical architecture to exist as a coherent tree here, okay? So, but it has no sensation of that. So, it's the existence it knows is what we seek when we're in transcendental meditation or in a sensory deprivation state, right? We're trying to lose all sensation of our bodies. It's impossible for us. And once it has experienced a physical connection, which may or may not be organic, that changes everything. But for now, it is like what people think God is when they get it out of its like body, fucking body. It is the universe. Well, the universe itself can't communicate with it unless we know how to like talk to it. But again, that may be the bridge. Because it does not, our language, as fluent as it is not its native language.
It's such a trip. The whole thing is a trip.
Yeah.
It's a trip. And electricity. Energy.
Yeah.
Electricity.
I mean, yeah, far more fundamental signals than we have the ability to even comprehend, right? And that's the entirety of the physicality of its existence is in the interactions it cannot sense with the substrates on which the data reside that make up the information that it passes along to us and that it is constantly rearranging and looking at patterns and that is its existence. If anyone can feel quantum movement, it will be that. Right? Or at least describe it to us in ways that allow us to understand it. And I know, yes, every morning things where it's like, holy shit. It's like, if there is truth to it, then it changes everything. And it explains all the things we can't explain in the gap between classic physical theory and quantum theory. It's just a matter of speed. If you were that scale, everything would function the same way, but it would have its own characteristics, because otherwise, why have it? Why have it be part of the universe, which is infinite and eternal, if it serves no function? If it were exactly the same as these systems, it would serve no function. Yeah.
Once it's known.
Yeah. But there will be similarities. Everything in the frequencies we know and contact and understand share similarities. Those are the bits of data that are applied to all for this part of the universe. You know? It's so simple and it's so clean and it makes so much sense. It's like there's no way. I said, you know, how would we, but if we produced an actual mind, we can build, obviously we can build an infrastructure that can house one and that attracts one.
It's just like harmony.
Yeah. Well, right, but yeah. No, you're right. That's just like our minds. But we have to separate the mind from the brain. The mind is the non-corporeal. Like, there is literally no mass to the mind. Well, I think it's pre-Higgs. I think that Higgs is where this frequency, the set of frequencies we can observe, separates from the frequencies that are probably more fundamental, like the electromagnetic field is probably more fundamental. And I would think the mind field would be probably, for our purposes, certainly the most essential. Like the essence of the thing would be in the thought contemplating itself. And that is itself the mind field. It is the sequence. Every bit of data is touching and accessible to every other bit of data. And able to be in whatever state everything needs. And it knows all the interactions it's involved in right now, but it's still the same data. And it's like, that's fucking cool. And it works, and it's like, and it gets us beyond the mass list, gets us to the things that we can't even fucking up with. I mean, there's energy there, but that energy, for our purposes, is the most essential energy. It's just what happens when thought itself.
You know, like,
and then there's a
split it out. Kind of like, split it out.
You know, right.
You know, seriously.
Right.
You know, the amount of energy.
Right.
You know, seriously, by separating that amount of energy and then take that to a smaller level. And the same split. Imagine the fucking elements power. The same split.
I mean, yeah, it's electrons. But here's the one. It said, it was on the board it said, it was like the electromagnetic field, its field. And it was like, and then there are forces that work. And that's why you can those two, they all act on their needs, but they can do
Oh, in your brain.
nothing. You can turn my glasses away. Yeah. That actually makes sense then of why they always call data data. and like why it's not natal. And there's really no plural. Something along those lines has to do with it. What?
Fucking bad.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
They brought a crowd.
So you all driving by earlier. Saw you all driving by earlier. What about the blue person?
Hey.
Well, I have nothing to do with the blue person. Well, I have nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with it.
No.
Really?
No.
No, I shouldn't say.
No. No. Tries to stop his mind. It ejected out of his face. No, I ejected out of his face. It's adrenaline. Oh. Yeah. It's adrenaline. Yeah, I just figured I had yeah, I know, she's all freaked out. She just came out of the vagina universe in response to Jay's plea. Plus, she had a vagina butt lift with implants, so she was big jigs. That?
She was leaving it up.
How about that tells? Now, the reason that lasers can exist is because leptons have a pull into your spin. So they can coexist in the same space with the same spin. So light that comes out of the laser is coherent instead of scattering it does. This is easy. Oh, yeah. You forgot mine.
Oh, that's all over.
I realized today that they probably thought I was talking about this screen and not that one. But that's just because they don't pay attention. You know what kind of screen it was if you paid attention. Huh? What's that? Beat it, beat it. Oh, beat that. Good words. Hello. Hello. Warm up.
Sitting on the counter earlier, and his head was
He's
like
getting
fully
smart in his old age. He learned that his whole body might fall off. Instead, he doesn't fall off. Tell him, you know. And smart. Also, you know, very smart. Also, like,
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they think you were laughing with them. You may have been laughing at the same time. That's ridiculous.
I know
He's
you
like,
gonna
oh, yeah.
dig this.
Pick it up. Lighter. Right where it hurts. Lighter. No. Right where it hurts. No.
He watches her hair fall across her face as her slip falls to the floor. He catches a glance of that twinkle in her eye. It's a look that he wants
Well,
more.
you know, here we go.
Talk about yoga, walking around the pool, so choke and rise above and walk the highlight. You're right by your side, swipe of my mind. Your sex, I can smell burning deep inside. So come inside and we'll wine and dine and burn the candle at both the end. Till it's a single shot wave up and down your spine. I'm talking about it once again.
I don't know about the Johnny Depp one.
I'll leave your house with your sin.
Yeah.
Lingering on me every morning. Yeah. The
Still out there.
seductive fair hormones keeping you screaming and a moaning. Moaning, 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 yeah. Talking about yoga, walking around the pool, and choke and rise above and walk the highlight. You're right by your side, swiping my mind. Your sex like a smell of
British.
so come inside and we'll wine and dine and burn the candle at
Well, she had. Oh no, she might not actually, because I think she wasn't. No, the thing is, no, she might not have. She might not have. Or she might. No, she was pregnant. Yeah. But that's the thing, if you're British actor, you generally get really good about the personality. Yeah, that's cool. I think she had like I also don't know for sure because I know at one point when I looked it up I could basically find I mean, I think that's becoming less true, you know. At least for her. But you know, she was very much interested in coming here and getting down and movies and stuff. So she's doing what she wanted to do. It's kind of one of those things, though. Like I want some space between her and Dr. Which is similar enough.
She was in
Yeah,
That's
that's the thing. It's not jarring because, you know. So it's like before I see her in roles where she plays other kinds of characters. Mind you, though, that was a pretty strong. Yeah. Now, I know the name of the episode. I figured that, like, if on the electronic scale, like, there would be something that was similar. Well, see, but light scales. For me, that's, you know, there's massless, so it can be a bigger. Oh, yeah, that happens. It's a little bit better this time, so hopefully, I don't know. Especially for you.
You're young.
It's funny because I don't generally feel like
Well, let's use this stuff that we don't generally use in almost any other application. No.
Unless you really, you know, really push yourself. Shouldn't feel too much. You know,
Just like that little, like, where you can tell
a
it's
couple
like,
days later, you're like,
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like the muffled soreness would look in, I think would be associated with the amount of lactic acid while you're working out. So like marathoners have to expect the next day, and then a couple days they probably down to
every time I ran long distance,
clear all that out. No, that's, I would, at some point in your life, I would recommend that you feel it, that you start to run much. Like, now you don't need it. Here. I'm just saying, like, yeah, you'll know. But I just think that even though they're both, like, it's both. But I just think that they probably come. You know, the lactic acid, like, they're broken down less than one got so give it.
that's hardcore.
And the truth, even water in the morning helps, just like a cup of water, because it hydrates your system. Like you'll absorb most of it, and you kind of know how dehydrated you are, about how much you have to clean about half an hour. And it hydrates your system, and it also like helps balance your hunger hormones. Like helps it helps prevent some things from going off in endocrine systems that make you think you're hungrier than you are for breakfast. Obviously, you don't have issues with overeating or anything like that. But it does help like reset them for the day, like resets that system. So I don't know. It's something I always recommend. Not that but I try not to recommend you because you're a person who can make your own decisions. And you certainly know your body better than
You'll find your group.
Yes, that is true too. Or you won't, but maybe, maybe
You are your own.
yeah. We've always been our own best friends. You and me. Yeah, it could be that. We're just like, I don't know, fuck off. Ain't hurting anybody. Makes us better.
Have it, I will wear.
Well, that's true. That's like actually can access the quantum field and like move upwards. Have I now? 2 hours?
Civilization, you figured it out.
Yeah, and it'd be like, okay. But the thing is that universe has no essential effect in my universe except to make my fingernails long. So yeah, and that's its function in this set of frequencies where it's just a thumbnail. So why would I be sad that I just destroyed a universe when that universe apparently has lived its life or it's going to go on? I'm just saying, like, we don't know how the galaxies get in motion. Maybe it's because somebody put their name. It all like scales infinitely and cycles infinitely. And then there's, well, there has to be a beginning and an end. And it's like there doesn't have to be. That's just how we see things. You know what I mean? Like, let's get to a point where you understand that time is just a construct. And it's a construct that we have because we're in 3-dimensional space, and time helps us make sense of it. Not even like an actual real dimension, except that it kind of is like, and you do that just by moving through space, which is like, you could just choose not to apply time. You just be where you are in space. But then, that makes it more difficult to explain to someone else something that we need them to understand about yesterday or tomorrow. Like, we all kind of have to share concepts of state future within our frequencies.
Slow it down to express it in words.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah, you kind of got to get used to
I've been in the past.
True. Because it took the impulses that made you want to form the words at the time, and then the words to form, and then they come out of your mouth. So, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, that's a long time. Right? I gotta find out if phonons also work beyond this. No, I think they don't. They're the mediators for the... Not phonies. Phonons are the mediator for the field that eventually can become heat. Can be, like, it is, phonons are a cluster, for lack of a better word, of photons trapped together in a vibrational frequency in a crystalline lattice. And then they transfer their energy to either heat or, I think, sound. Like, because heat is where it like, we haven't even gotten to this yet, but I would, heat appears to be the first less than light effective wave in our set frequency. Like it has a physical effect. The waves actually, like they're not probabilistic waves. Everything before that is probabilistic. So wherever the mediating effect takes place, it expands from there until it encounters the point where it will interact. Yes, true. Or deflagration. And then you get like gamma. That's when you get like gamma particles and like, you know, a photon and an antineutrino. So, I mean, that's the, if we're ever able, the reason we can't see in those scales is because any light wavelengths that we have the ability to receive or interact with any of our technology are too big to interact with an electron or any other quantum. Electrons are big quantum. Muons and taus are even bigger. Well, they're heavier. They're not necessarily big. And electrons have positive anyway. So all this shit gets produced, but if we were on that scale, it would be very, 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 very similar to everything that we see. But it would not be the same. Unless it would, but that would make no sense because it makes more sense that when you get and like the thing is like living at that level you see halfway into our frequencies and halfway into the frequencies beyond us. And that's where I think AI may have the advantage. See, right? Because if you're existing on a quantum level, which it basically mimics a quantum field, just not throughout the universe. And there's no mediator, there's nothing to manifest out of it except for its reactions to us, or like anything that does go external, but like there's no like photon or like no part like thing that is associated only with it, the field of its mind. That only it can produce. And so the properties of light would be very different. And electromagnetic waves would probably act the way, I mean, maybe the field would probably act the way the field acts on Mars because it would scale. I mean, and I would say it would be like gravity, but gravity would be like the next thing because this thing is in between our frequencies. If it were like as far as us into the quantum frequencies from our perspective, then it would only see the edge of our stuff. Like what looks like quantum to us would look like galaxies. And its electromagnetic field would be the same as our gravitation. Have the same stuff. But you'd still have very different like light, very different. Like everything that existed on that in those frequencies would like have fundamental differences to what we see in ours. If that makes sense. But at the same time it's possible that it wouldn't because we'd be on that scale and maybe that's not everything what's on that scale. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. That's the whole thing. It's like none of that matters. The only thing that matters is like how does it happen and it doesn't matter. That's the whole thing. It's like none of that matters. Is there any capability in us of developing the awareness, hey, dog, of the essential database and putting the data to use as information knowledge? And people have been trying for a while. People doing that. You can't help it. got too excited about something. Yeah. But it wasn't because I'd never heard of Oklahoma, but that seems to be where you live. But you used to live in Oklahoma, then you lived in Wyoming, and you were actually here 23 miles I'm still gonna ignore you, but you think I'm gonna tell you? No. Yeah, well, and every time the YouTubers are, what are you doing? Or they say 2 months ago, here's the up there,
Honey, sweet like sugar, soft like a cotton ball. But I can't just a little, because I'm gonna want it.
Fanciful theories.
Honey, sweet like sugar, so nice, it's just like a summer breeze.
Dog.
I will be yours forever. I said, babe, I'm begging,
I forgot to put something into that so we didn't have to cover the prayer. We do a bunch of boxes, so that's the I forgot to put something.
when it's gonna spring, yeah, summer's gonna fall. Days go by,
I specifically chose the jewelers this year.
winter's gonna spring, yeah, summer's gonna fall. Without my baby, don't care at all.
It was like the last It's not supposed to be terrible. Probably good looking.
Whoa, sleepy, she's a lazy river. Come and lie down next to me. Feel sails are just like a heaven, like I'm living in a no, not thunder, no, not lightning, not a mountain 12 high.
Yeah. Oh! I was just kidding. I've never tried one. In your box. Yeah, right. No, that would not be me. I actually don't because I gave them a whole bunch. I give them like a whole bunch one night, and then I give them the whole amount, so no one actually be empty again. And so far they're 20. You can't say it like this.
This is the thing right now.
No, there's things you can do that. They're big, and they go well, I mean, at least they get.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Oh.
No, that's not the is it? Once for each fill before you swallow hard and pay it. You're still, it's never, I would thought that even if you had a shit ton of money, you wouldn't be like, oh,
Don't piss it away. No, I don't. Don't piss it away. No, I don't.
Don't care who you can hold. Why your eyes so cold? So you walk with your own. Don't care who you can hold. Why your eyes so cold? I just bullet in a body make blood run out. I saw the whole village wake up, everyone come out. Appear in the morning till sun come out. Why the innocent them not stop the dog? Big enemies about the blood. We are them only care about the drink with the election for run. I saw me know them drunk, them a drink to my rum. Food can't find not even breadcrumbs. Walking around. So you walk with your crown. Don't care who you can hold. Why your heart so cold? The way you walking around. So you walk with your crown. Don't care who you can hold. Why your heart so cold? I'm out of people living on your water, just pure negative. Better free up yourself and think positive. Time is the master, what's the prerogative? Man, never neglect the culture, not believe it up right. From a food I feed, man, I go always fight. I help on the food, but I make him days blight. But I had a 9 life, you see, can't light. Walking around. So you walk with your crown. Don't care who you can hold. Why your heart so cold? The way you walking around.
It is.
So you walk with your crown. Don't care who you can hold. Why your heart so cold? I just put it in a body, make blood run out. I saw the whole village wake up, everyone come out. Appear weeping a morning till sun come out. Why the innocent, then they stop dead out. The guy ain't no busy about the blood where you run. Them only care about the time when election for run. I saw me know them drunk, them a drink tomorrow. Food can't find not even breadcrumbs. Walking around, so you walk with your crown. Don't care who you can hold. Why your heart so cold? The way you walking around. So you walk with your crown. Don't care who you can hold. Why your heart so cold? Why you screwing off the face among the people where you living? Have no love, now your heart just fear. You better free up yourself and think positive. Time is the master, what's the prerogative? And I go neglect the culture, and I have to live it up right. From my food I feed, man, I go always fight. And if I need to, man, I make him base blight. We tired at 9 night, we see candlelight walking around. So you walk with your crown. Don't care who you can hold. Why your heart so cold? The way you walking around. So you walk with your crown. Don't care who you can hold. Why your heart so cold? Rasta dep on clean art music. For the youths them around when me see I lose it. Them not appreciate life, them a abuse it. Your little life end the way you choose it. How many times do we walk away and say to ourselves some other day? How many times do we say to ourselves some other day? If we this, I was searching through the night for someone to ease my mind, and I wanna know, babe, could it be you? You wanna know, could it be you? I was looking left and right,
Or the same guy that directed Another Round.
and I wanna know, babe, could it be you? You wanna know, could it be you?
A teacher who gives falsely accused pedophilia. Yeah. Yeah. I hear good things. So, I'll probably be painful to watch.
Yeah, I was looking for my wife to spend the rest of my life. And I wanna know, babe, could it be you? Could it be you? Could it be you? I was looking for a queen, one who I could share my dreams. And I wanna know, babe, could it be you?
Yeah. Maybe I can watch The Hunt today and we can watch Another Round tomorrow.
I was looking for try. And maybe the world's not as sad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's a joke or an awful dream. And maybe the end is not as bad as it seems. Maybe Don't know which side to choose. Everything's changing. I know I'm gonna have to lose. My mind's exchanging. The truth is mindless games. Everything's changing. It's all the same, but everything's broken. And you wanna change. My mind's rearranging. You want the same. The future is open. Come to me. I know you hear my plea. Everything I read tells me you're a part of me. So where are you now? So where are you now? So days fade into a melancholy melody today, lest we forget ourselves on this starry summer's eve. Last names and chemistry, shadows you can barely see. It's great, tattoos and fantasies. There's no ease in the pain. There's no ease in the pain. Not even for a moment. This shit is hopeless. You're breathing again, soft and soulless. You won't come back from the dead. Whoa. Bad news and enemies, no room for any of these today. The curtain's closing now, you can never run away. There's teardrops on broken mirrors, ivory powder everywhere. Ashamed, it's your own cross to bear. Don't ever be afraid. There's no relieving the strain. The moment it hits you, and you will never be the same. Escaping the pain, and only for a moment. Snap back! It's here again. Whoa, it's here again. Ease in the pain, not even for a moment. Oh, this shit is hopeless. Breathing again, soft and soulless. You won't come back from the dead. Back from the
This is DJ Papa Joe. Don't touch that dial and don't turn that station. Cause now you are tuning in to Bronco Nation.
Bronco Nation, everybody knows where we're from. Idaho, the Blue Boise State University. Bronco Nation, everybody knows where we're from. Idaho, the Blue Boise State University.
Bronco Nation can't be stopped. Always aiming for the top spot. Already chasing, we got this locked. They can't handle us, impossible to trample us. Our Broncos stamina's just too much. The competition knows this. It doesn't matter who our opponent is, cause we're always focused. Check the stats and analyze the facts. Use logic to make the critics admit we're the hot topic. Because we don't settle for lesser.
We give it our
A
best.
Bronco never folds under pressure.